넌 못 참아 안 됐잖아.
Hi Aries, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome. Today we're going to be continuing with the rest of Hobie's Jack in the Box album. So we're starting off with the intro and we're going through the rest of the songs that we haven't heard. So yeah, I don't want to make this a long introduction because we're going to be here for a little while. So let's just hop into
it. What Zeus had kept inside the box broke loose from their confinement. All that was foul was now unleashed upon the world. Pandora, unable to undo what she had done, fell into despair. As she grieved, she heard a feeble quiver from the box. She lifted the lid once more, and out fluttered a small, bright, most beautiful creature she had ever seen. It flapped its delicate wings as it danced around Pandora, lightly brushing against her shoulder. Pandora immediately felt her angst melt away, and her heart glow with warmth. It was hope that was kept in the innermost nook of the box. It trailed behind the miasma of darkness, assuaging their ill effects on humankind. Hope gave people the will to carry on living amidst the pain and strife.
So like the intro is kind of like, pause before we go into Pandora's box. The intro is kind of like a recording. As we know, like Hobie said that he's got like his name from the message from the Pandora box. So it's like, it just reinforced that it gave the message that it was like a recording because it was like a record. And it just played and it gave the whole message of what he's trying to do and what his name truly means and what he's trying to be for armies and trying to be for everyone. But now let's move into Pandora's box.
They call me Hope, do you know I'm Hope? 판도라의 history, 그게 내 warhin. 야에게 주어진 근신들의 성신 판도라가 남긴 상자 속의 한빛 때묻이 하는 소년의 그대 뼈대기엔 방탄의 희망이 되라는 frame. 그렇게 주어진 운명의 수요식, that's my name. 신화로 깊어지는 의미와 함께 on my way.
Before he goes into that, let's just back it up a little bit. I wanna talk about my theory of what he means by this. So they call me Hope, do you know why I'm Hope?
They call me Hope, do you know why I'm Hope?
Pandora's history, that's my born, the sincerity of the great gods given to the man. So he's kind of referring back to the intro where they gave the whole tape of giving the whole history of how the Pandora box theory stuff came to life.
판도라의 history, 그게 내 warhin. 야에게 주어진 근신들의 성신 판도라가 남긴 상자 속의 한빛 때묻이.
So put the boy in the box that Pandora left behind without a trace of light. So does he mean he is the boy that Pandora left behind in the box without a trace of light? Till the end, a frame to become bound times hope, the conferment ceremony of the given faith. She's like, he's the boy and he only confirmed to the fate of being Hope when he became a member of BTS. When he became BTS Hope, that's when he truly became the boy in the Pandora box. And his name J-Hope gained meaning.
방탄의 희망이 되라는 frame. 그렇게 주어진 운명의 수요식, that's my name. 신화로 깊어지는 의미와 함께 on my way.
Then he says,
그렇게 주어진 운명의 수요식,
that's my name with the meaning that deepens as a myth on my way. So it's like, basically what I said is like, that's my name with the meaning that deepens as a myth on my way. Like, he's giving an explanation as to why he's J-Hope.
my name. 신화로 깊어지는 의미와 함께 on my way.
J to the hope, young to the 희망, Jack in the box. 판도라의 손, 하나 남은 희망, Jack in the box.
Someone Someone's life, someone's smile, someone's hope. 내 활동들은 someone's life. 시간은 이름대로 흘러가. Someone's star, 내 영혼이 다듬어지며 생기는 모토와 vibe. Yeah. 그렇게 제출해내 이력서 비로소 첫도야 컴월 필요했던 필연성 계속 발전을 꿈꿔. What's my path? What do I have to sign? Just keep on doing my thing.
Pause. Before we go back more, let's go back to this part of this. It's like J to the hope, Jung to the hope, Jack in the box, Pandora's hand. One remaining hope, Jack in the box. It's like he's connected all of his everything. He's connected J Hope to Jung Hoseok to the hope. Jack in the box. He's like connecting all of his personalities that he has and bringing all of them into one. Kind of like what Arm said in his truth, his proof, video where he was like all his egos, like he has RM, he has Namjoon, and and all of them finally come together as one. And then Pandora's hand, one remaining hope, Jack in the box. She's like J-Hope and Jung Hoseok have come together and now one in Pandora's hand in the Jack in the box.
판도라의 손 하나 남은 희망 Jack in the box.
Someone's light, someone's shine, someone's hope. My activities are someone's life. So it's like they're saying that Hobie is a light to all armies. He is our light. He makes all of us smile, and he gives a lot of us hope. And the activities like him making music and run BTS and him having a great time makes our lives a little better.
Someone's life, someone's smile, someone's hope. 내 활동들은 someone's life.
Time flows, as the name says. Someone's star, the motto and vibes granted by my soul being refined. So he's going more into depth as to what the name J-Hope has brought to other people and the sign of hope has given other people.
시간은 이름대로 흘러가. Someone's star, 내 영혼이 다듬어지며 생기는 모토와 vibe. Yeah. 그렇게 제출해내 이력서 비로소 첫도야 컴월 필요했던 필연성 계속 발전을.
She says, submitting my resume just like that. The first leap forward to the hope world, the necessary invalidability, a dream of continuing my development. Lord have mercy. So it's like when he auditioned to be in BTS, he took the first step forward and then he made Hope World. And it was the necessary development to make his dream come true.
제출해내 이력서 비로소 첫도야 컴월 필요했던 필연성 계속 발전을 꿈꿔. What's my path? What do I have to sign? Just keep on doing my thing. 내가 dream이 dream 문제 수가 green 유무이 큰 dream인 거. 나를 불러들인 dream의 호심 이건 마치 판도라의 운명적인 criminal. 그래 겪어보니 세상이 보여. 인간을 끓게 하는 수만 가지의 고열. 역시 시기 원한 전투 없고 미움 어쩌면 the reason we need hope. 그게 많지만 겪은 우린 뒤로 걸어도 무섭지 않은 벤자민 버튼 앞장서 조금이나마 느낄 수 있다면 깨워주고 파각자 숨은 작은 영웅을 이상가는 우물한 속 큰 세상 밖으로 좀 재앙을 마주해도 부딪히고 싶어. Jack in the box, look at my title. 여러분 다 이제 믿어보는 나의 이름.
Alright. Before we go back into the chorus again, let me go back. What's my path? What do I have to say? Just keep on doing my thing. That's very much self-explanatory. The picture I drew is this dream, the only big picture that Zeus drew. So he's the hope in the box. So this is like he's saying this was like the big picture. Zeus was trying to show everyone that you can't just have good and evil. You need to give people a sense of hope that things will get better, that when things are in a good state, that is not just downhill from there, like you're in a good state, you can go higher. And if you're in a bad state, you can go higher as well and get away from that darkness. So that's like probably the picture he's trying to paint, that like that's what Zeus was trying to teach everyone. The honest curiosity that summoned me is like Pandora's faithful criminal. I don't get why. I have not caught up with my Greek mythology.
나를 불러들인 주인의 호식 이건 마치 판도라의 운명적인 criminal.
Yes, I can see the world, the tens of thousands of high fevers that make humans boil.
그를 겪어보니 세상이 보여 인간을 끓게 하는 수만 가지의 고열.
Greed, envy, grudge, jealousy, revenge, hate, maybe no reason. So he's talking about the seven sins, the seven that everyone goes through. Like everybody's greedy, everybody's envy, have grudges, jealousy, and everyone wants revenge at some point and can't love everybody. And sometimes we do these things for no reason. Like you say you have a reason, but your reason is not valid.
욕심치기 원한 전투 또 미움 어쩌면 the reason we need hope 그게 많든 아닌 적든 우린.
So we need hope no matter more or less. It's like that's true because there's so much things going on in this world that like if there was no hope, a lot of people would not be here. We're not scared to walk backwards like Benjamin Button. That's a nice reference, Obi. If we can take the lead and feel a little bit ahead.
뒤로 걸어도 무섭지 않은 벤자민 버튼 앞장서 조금 민감한 느낄 수 있다면 깨워.
I want to remind you about the little heroes hidden inside each one in this box, inside the well, the frog jumping out of the big world. So it's like, ooh, that's a good thing. It's like some people think that hope is like just, some people don't believe in hope. It's like you need to do it to actually achieve something. But like, yes, that's true. You need to do things to like get something done, but you need to have some hope as well that you know you can get it done and have a and the frog jumping out to the big world. I remember in Dang they talked about the frog that's just stuck in the well, thinking that that well is his whole world. But now Hobie is saying that the frog has come to terms and realized that this little well is not everything that is there, and actually tries to get out and see that there's a much bigger world than just the well that it was in.
주고 파각자 숨은 작은 영웅을 이상가는 우물안 속 frog 그 세상 밖으로 좀 재앙을 마주해도 부딪혀.
Even if I encounter disaster, I want to face it. Jack in the Box. Look at my title. Oh. So it's like, is the hope? Because remember, the hope jumped out of the box and Pandora. So, and he's like, I want to face it. Jack in the Box. Look at my title. It's like a play on words as well, because it's called a double entendre, I believe, yeah. Because the hope jumped out of the box at Pandora, but when you crank up a Jack in the Box, it pops out as well. Look at my title.
Jack in the Box. Look at my title. 여러분 다 믿어.
I have to open it, I believe, in my name now. So it's like, here's the hope in the Pandora box, but he's also the Jack in the Box. So they combine them together. It's like both of them jump out at the same time. Ooh.
item.
Jack to the hole, jump to the headline, Jack in the box. Pandora's horn, 하나 남은 hitman, Jack in the box.
Right to the hole, down to the headman, Jack in the box. Pandora's horn, 하나 남은 hitman, Jack in the box. Right to the hole, down to the hitman, Jack in the box. Pandora's horn, 하나 남은 hitman, Jack in the box. Right to the hole, jump to the hitman, Jack in the box. Pandora's horn, 하나 남은 hitman, Jack in the box. Goes move with the drum with this hot shit. Boy, it's unboxing. Let's go.
I really like Pandora's Box. Bruh. Oh, what is this? Oh, I was like, what in the world? But I really enjoyed Pandora's box. But now we're moving on to stop. So like, let's go. Movies giving out a lot of
Right.
advice.
힘든 게 있어 내 친구에 대해 같이 관한 성격 가린 내 우정자연 대해 좋게 좋게 말해도 너무 힘드는 리액션 베푸는 건 내 쪽 애써 감추려 했어 Stop 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 don't fight 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 믿고 약속하지만 한 번 더 생각을 해 어떻게 다 비슷하고 어떻게 다 똑같아 본질은 바뀔 순 없어 이제 가 be myself 단 한 털의 믿음이 널 지배해
Oh, well, as we like in a little break, let's go back to the first verse and talk about it. Right, there's something hard about my friend values, personality, conflict, daily relationship, natural disasters. Okay.
힘든 게 있어 내 친구에 대해 같이 관한 성격 가린 내 우정자연 대해 좋게 좋게 말
Even if you say it in a good way, it's a questionable reaction. Giving is on my side, trying to hide red sun. Okay.
해도 너무 힘드는 리액션 베푸는 건 내 쪽 애써 감추려 했어 Stop
Please stop. Okay, note 5. So it's like, even if you say it in a good way, it's questionable. Giving reaction. Giving is on my side, trying to hide red sun. Okay. Okay, it's like some people are very much people pleasers. It's like sometimes your friend will say something your friend might say something in a good way. Like, oh yes, that outfit looks great. But their face, this might be a weird analogy, but like example, but like they say one thing, but they mean a completely different thing. They're like, yes, it looks great, but their face is saying a whole completely different thing. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm getting so far, but I feel like I need to listen to more so I could fully understand.
애써 감추려 했어 Stop 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 don't fight 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 믿고 약속하지만 한 번 더 생각을 해 어떻게 다 비슷하고 어떻게 다 똑같아
It's hateful and cruel, but think again. How is it all the same? How is everything the same? Okay.
본질은
The essence cannot be changed. Perceiving me myself a single grain of faith rules me. It's like, don't just blindly agree to what somebody says.
바뀔 순 없어 이제 가 be myself 단 한 털의 믿음이 널 지배해
It's like sometimes these people could be your friend and they tell you one thing, but they mean a completely different thing, as I said before. Or they tell you something and they go and tell somebody completely different about you. It's like they don't really mean it. And they just, ooh.
그래도 뉴스 널 지배해 그래도 뉴스는 바보와 스타일 이 criminal 정말 사람이 저래 짐승
Oh god, I didn't mean to pause. I'm so sorry.
그래도 뉴스는 바보와 스타일 이 criminal 정말 사람이 저래 짐승보다 못한 인간들의 행위 참 더럽더라고 심하게 말해 사람 새끼인가 싶더라고 나도 wait stop 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 calm down 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 그래 이건 원초적으로 돌아가 다시 그들을 봐 살아온 환경 교육 시스템 너 다른 부분은 무엇인가 어제 보는 거야 하나만 인간 본연의 모습 그 하나만 please be right
Alright, okay, so let's go back. Okay, yeah, I watched the news too, but what's that? Deadly criminal, is he really like that?
이 criminal 정말 사람이 저래 짐승보다 못
The conduct of man worse than animalistic. was really dirty. That's too hard.
인간들의 행위 참 더럽더라고 심하게 말해 사람
I thought it was a human
새끼인가
being.
싶더라고 나도 wait stop
Okay, so it's like people. It's true. Sometimes people act more like animals than animals act like themselves. Like we're supposed to be the most intelligent of them and be at the top of the food chain. With the brains and the smarts, but somehow some of us act like lower than an animal would do, and then expect to be treated like how a human should be treated. Like you do things like the criminal, like you're a murderer, you kill people and all this stuff, but then when you get charged and put up in court, you all of a sudden try to turn into a human and complain or try to justify what you did and try to get lower sentences or try to appeal to people's um human, like their emotions, to plead with you to make them kind of forget or almost try to be okay and see like the good things that you've done and forget about the bad things you've done. It's like it don't work like that. It's either you're fully human and not doing animalistic things, or you're an animal. You gotta pick one. Can't be both.
stop 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 calm down 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 그래 이건 원초적으로
Yeah, this goes back to the basics. Look at them again: the environment, education, and the system of life.
돌아가 다시 그들을 봐 살아온 환경 교육 시스템 나와 다른 부분은 무엇인가
Why is it different for me? Let's rely on him, just one. It's like a lot of us,
그래
it goes back to basics, yes. A lot of people turn out differently by again because of the environment. Like if you live in some people tend to turn out a lot rougher and more reserved if they had like a abusive childhood or some trauma in their life. Their education, like they don't have a high degree of education, they just have like high school and then that's it. Or well, somebody who went on to university and stuff, who have like bachelors and these stuff like that, they tend to differ. And system of life is like some people who have had it nice their whole life versus someone who's had a lot of struggle in their life see the world a lot differently from each other. To is one world. It's like they've only seen one side of it and they haven't got. So it's like it is something very depictable about how do people turn out the way they turn out.
이건 원초적으로 돌아가 다시 그들을 봐 살아온 환경 교육 시스템 나와 다른 부분은 무엇인가 어제 보는 거야 하나만 인간 본연의 모습 그 하나만 please be right 요즘은 스마트
So before we go into this, the sample he's playing in the back is like it's like police arresting somebody. It seems like a black person versus a white person. It's like from the snippets he's giving, the samples that he's playing in, it shows the differences. Like if like a certain race was to get arrested, people would feel differently about it. Whereas if another race was to get arrested or things were to happen, it'd be completely different in like the way actions would be taken up against. If a black person was to get arrested, it's like a lot of force and extreme measures taken when, like, say the person didn't even do nothing, and like they're just standing there, like they're not attacking, they're not using force. You're just being forceful and doing the most for no reason. But if a white person was to do it, it's like it would be done way differently than how it would be done for another. If you're trying to get what I'm saying from the clips, is like, as I say, everyone sees the world differently way from where their environment and how they see the world from things that have happened for them, like different perspectives. That's why most people can never agree on certain things. That's why we have different opinions, because people can't agree on everything because they haven't experienced the same things.
Get down! I need help. I need help.
요즘은 스마트한 세상보다 스마트한 게 대박 너의 믿음을 회담이 생일 시간 문제야 불안전한 area so too many virus 무의식적인 오염 나도 피할 수 없는 거야 Stop, 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 stop Change our minds, 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 minds 인과 법칙을 의하여 세상에 나온 우리 끝함들을 제유심적 우리가 만드는 거지 작은 시작이 큰 발걸음 이게 세상 은변의 나쁜 사람은 어디에 this right
Okay, we've reached the end. Let's back it up.
요즘은 스마트
These days, it's a smart will but not smart. Most of themselves are angry, non-face-to-face meetings, sacrificed only a matter of time. It's like the world is smart but not smart at the same time. It's like it's smart for certain things, but all of a sudden, for a different situation, it's suddenly lost all of that. Like most people are angry non-face-to-face meetings. It's like on the internet. They can only those internet warriors, keyboard warriors who could only tell people negative stuff and say all these things about them. But when they actually see the person in real life, all of a sudden those thoughts that they had and all that they had to say, they can't say anymore. Sacrifice only a matter of time. It's like it's only a matter of time when that's gonna happen to you, or when everybody is gonna know what is going on and figure what has to be done so the world can become a better place.
세상보다 스마트한 게 대박 너의 믿음을 회담이 생일 시간 문제야 불안전한 area so too many
Unstable areas, so too many viruses, unconscious contamination. I can't avoid it now. It's like everywhere. It's like you can't even go to a grocery without being worried that you're gonna catch a virus. It's like unconscious contamination. It's like you picking up milk to get something to eat, like somebody who may have had a virus touch that milk for like 2.2 seconds, and now you have it all of a sudden now because of something unconscious. Like you have no control of, you just go on to get something and somehow you end up being contaminated while you're trying your hardest to, like, stay away from this stuff. But at some point it's gonna be unavoidable. It's like I can't avoid it now. It's like normal day stuff that you would do every day without thinking could all of a sudden now get you a virus or get you contaminated and you wouldn't even know.
virus 무의식적인 오염 나도 피할 수 없는 거야 Stop, 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 stop Change our minds, 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 minds 인과 법칙을 의하여 세상에 나온 우리 끝
We came into the world by the law of casualty. Even so, I'm all in the same boat.
단들을 제유심적 우리가 만드는 거지
We make it a small start is a big step. The world has changed. There are no bad people. So you started off with there are so many bad people in this world. But now it's like we made it a small start is a big step. The world has changed. There are no bad people now. It's like in these times where it's like all these viruses, there's no time for people to be bad because, there's nothing for you to do, because if you try to do something, you're gonna get sick. It's like karma's gonna get you very quickly. So it's like there's no chance to actually do bad things now, to these circumstances.
작은 시작이 큰 발걸음 이게 세상 은변의 나쁜 사람은 어디에 this right
It's like we made it. So it's like now that we've made it to this part, that realize that life is too short to be doing all these nonsense and being mean and being ungrateful for things, that we can finally move forward and become a fully smart world and not act dumb most of the times. I really like stuff. The message that Hobie is giving us, and is like he's spitting facts on us right now. I really liked it. But now we're moving on to equal sign. So let's go.
우린 서로 갖춰 시선들을 맞춰 사람 위에 사람 먹고 사람 밑에 사람 없어 let's roll 우린 아직 세상에 무슨 말 관심이 필요해 우리에게 나의 시작은 도시에 어쩌면 우리가 멋지게 몹시게 외쳐도 소리 없는 하우스 이고를 느끼는 다른 정당에 올라서 뭉치로 가슴 치며 다툼 세상은 넓고 사람 마음쯤보다 똑같을 필요는 없어도 다른 게 왜 죄일까 나이를 넘어 성별을 넘어 국경을 넘어 어쩌면 모두의 숙제 같은 것 나부터 깨우쳐 자발하니 차인 것 편견의 피자 하나야 그건 우린 것 Please paralyze your mind Gotta see the other side Cause you're nothing to be kind We're so different you and I Looking for love in a different light Until we find an equal size
That's like people lying, people dying, and people crying. It's a sample. That's what they're talking about. Oh my, Hobie, you did it again, babe. But let me go back to the start of it.
우린 서로 갖춰
We've got each other. We've got eyes on each other. There's no one above people. There's no one below people. So it's like we're all one. It's like we have to keep our eye on each other, and we can't believe that we're high, we're above others, and you know, it's like no one is above and no one is below. Everyone is equal in the eyes below it. It's like everyone is equal. At the end of the day, we're all humans, and it doesn't really matter at this point because in these times now, each and every one of us can get sick no matter how much money you have. And you know, no matter where you live, no matter how much money you have, everybody can get sick. So it don't matter.
시선들을 맞춰 사람 위에 사람 먹고 사람 밑에 사람 없어 let's roll 우린 아직 세상에 무슨 말 관심이 필요해 우리에게 나의 시작은 도시에 어쩌면 우리가 멋지게 몹시게 외쳐도 소리 없는 하우스 이고를 느끼는 다른 정당에 올라서 뭉치로 가슴 치며 다툼 세상은 넓고 사람 마음쯤보다 똑같을 필요는 없어도 다른 게 왜 죄
The world is wide and people's minds are narrow. It doesn't have to. The world is wide and people's minds are narrow. It doesn't have to be the same, but why is it a sin to be different? It shows like there's so much of this world and there are a lot of different people. But some people's minds are so narrow. It's like, and they don't want to admit it. So it's like not everyone has to be the same, but why is it a sin to be different? It's like there's always this famous line, be a leader, not a follower. That's what people always tell you. Be a leader, not a follower. But when you try to be a leader and be different, people always look at you a different way. You told me not to be like everybody else. But when I actually do what you tell me to do and be different, you watch me like if I'm an alien on this planet. Like, make it make sense. Beyond age, beyond gender, beyond national borders. It's like maybe everyone's homework. Let me know first. It's not discrimination, it's a difference. A victim of prejudice, we need to know that it's us, please. It's like that's what I was saying. It's like it goes beyond these limitations. It's like we are all people. It doesn't matter where we come from, how much money, and you know how much money we have and all that stuff. At the end of the day, we are all people, and the same things could happen to each and every one of us. And this is a sample. I know this. It's like from the original song. Classic. But what I hope you sing. Hate paralyzes your mind. you gotta see the other side. It's like once you are so full of hate, you don't see the actual good things in your life, and it's like you hate one thing, negativity spreads like wildfire. Once you have a negative mindset to one thing, everything in your life becomes negative all of a sudden. It's like one bad thing goes wrong, and all of a sudden your whole day is bad if you really let it. It's like you need to let that hate go and stop holding on to it. Because once you hold on to it, that's it. Everything else is spoiled. And it's so true. It costs you nothing to be kind, because when you are full of negativity and hate, it costs you everything. Because then your whole attitude, mindset, everything becomes hateful. You start to lose your friends, you start to lose your family. You start to lose everything bit by bit, and you don't see it until you've come out of that and realize what you've done.
We're so different, you and I. Looking for love in a different light. Until we find an equal size. 우리가 쉬운 손들. 우리가 꾸는 꿈들.
It's so true. Same. The breath we breathe, same the dreams we dream of. It's like everyone breathes the same air, and everybody breathes a dream to be successful.
Just a piece to give strength. And the puzzle of our hearts. And it all makes sense one day. So we sing for love in this world. Hey, come on. Let's come together. Equality is you and me.
Period. Tell them, Hobie. Living for it. Giving great messages as you should, Hobie. But now we're moving on to music box reflection. It's like you're cranking up the music box. Yep. Repeat, yo. You got this, you got. What? I'm sorry, what? I like the music. Like, is there no lyrics? But the beats of this, I enjoyed so much. It's like very relaxing. It's like boom, 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 boom. It's like cranking it up. Hold on, I want to make sure. Oh, okay, so there really are no lyrics. Okay. It's just instrumental. I really like the instrumental. Oh my. And I was expecting like lyrics or something. I don't know where my mind was, but that's what I was expecting. But now, alright. So next we have What If.